continue to engage our partners in the region on a serious solution. This is a region that has been in turmoil because of the support of death squads by Iran. We, of course, stand by our ally Israel. The ceasefire was abandoned by Hamas. What I can also, though, say is that the United States stands firmly with the state of Israel in its pursuit to bring all the hostages back home and the defeat of Hamas. The groundbreaking Abraham Accords and the devastating October 7th attacks have forever changed the Middle East. As a Special Envoy Witkoff has said, we need to explore new policy prescriptions that ultimately end up in a better life for the Gazans and the Palestinians. Look at the discourse that's now happening today, he said. We're actually engaging in a productive conversation around what is best for Gaza and how we can make people's lives better. This administration will continue to engage our partners in the region on a serious solution for Gaza that secures peace and the release of all the hostages, among them 5 Americans, including Idan Alexander.
Tammy, can I just follow up on that?
Sure.
Very quickly? It's not just about Gaza. There's West Bank also. So, I mean...
Well, I think it's fair to say that this is a region that has been in turmoil because of the support of death squads by Iran. Yeah. And so you have this dynamic that has been continuing and predictable and not stopping, and ceasefires being broken by the same groups. That's why when we say yes, new ideas for Gaza and the new idea that could break the Gazan people free from being hostages themselves of Hamas, is the same kind of solution that is also going to help the entire region. That is it. This is not an isolated framework that only fits into a corner. This is a solution that is for the region, and our regional partners, of course, understand that as well. Nadia.
Thank you, Tammy. Just to follow up on Leon's question, the president said that he's open to different ideas. So when the secretary goes with him to Saudi Arabia next month, will that meeting also be expanded to have a Middle Eastern conference whereby the Palestinian issue will be discussed?
Well, I don't know what the plan is when it comes to the content. That is something that we would have to speculate about or guess at, and we really shouldn't do that, obviously, with a multitude of issues facing the region. So it's the details I can't imagine about. It's not something I'm going to do, but I think that kind of a visit, of course, is at the hallmark of President Trump's vision when it comes to his own presidency, but also how to change the course of the Middle East and to make it better for everyone there. So I know that he's looking forward to having conversations that surround that aspect.
And
yes,
Iran,
sir.
just quickly, just follow up.
One more, go ahead.
Just on the technicality. So is this meeting on Saturday is going to be one-off, or it depends on what has been achieved on Saturday, and will be a direct talk, i.e. in the room it will be 2 delegations, the Iranians and the Americans, and the Omanis in the middle, or the exchange of conversation will be across the table?
Well, what happens on Saturday would, I suppose, determine whether there's more. Right now, this is a meeting that is arranged. It is not part of some larger scheme or framework. It is a meeting to determine whether or not the Iranians are serious. Mm-hmm. And so that clearly would be the goal of that singular meeting and effort. As far as the arrangements or what the rooms are or who's in which rooms, I don't have that for you, and I'm not going to speculate. Yeah.
Tammy,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, Tammy. I really appreciate it. I just want to go back to your response to Leon, where you said we need to explore new policy prescriptions that ultimately end up in a better life for the Gazans and the Palestinians. Are they one and the same in your mind, or are you disassociating the Gazans from Palestinians?
So I'm talking about the people in the region, the people who live in the Gaza Strip. That's who we're talking about, the people who face a danger every single day because of the nature of what Hamas has done to that region and to that strip of land. I think that no matter who you are and how you identify, the fact is that no human being deserves to remain in that kind of an environment because Iran is funding death squads that take over the space and use you as a human shield. While we may become inured to that kind of hell, and the people in it generationally become affected and also believe that this is just normal life, that is a crime in and of itself. And there is the human spirit is so strong that we do know, especially for those who survived October 7th, those who got out of the hostage framework. One woman whom we honored here at the State Department, who is a survivor of that massacre. The strength in these individuals who move through this is astounding, how they survive psychologically and physically. That is what unifies us, all of us in this room, all of us engaged in this kind of a framework. It's that it's human beings, it's families, it's mothers and fathers, it's young people dancing at a music festival, it's people of faith, it's people of no faith. It's people who just simply are looking forward to that night, or to getting married, or to having children, or thinking about college, or thinking about moving somewhere, or just living their life as their parents lived their lives. That's who I'm talking about. And that's what every peace effort that President Trump and Secretary Rubio work for every single day. If there is one thing our generations can look to here, is the fact that we, at the very least, seriously tried. And so when I refer to someone, whatever part of the world they're in, that's who I'm referring to. The Israelis, the Arabs, the Egyptians, the Palestinians, people of Gaza, Jordan, whomever. This is where we have to move past, is the nature of what keeps us together and what unifies us. Yes. Yeah, please, Saeed, please.
On that, the
yes.
UN Secretary General called Gaza a killing field. He noted that it's been more than a month since Israel has allowed aid into Gaza. Are you guys pushing Israel to allow humanitarian aid into Gaza, given it has been a month and conditions are incredibly dire, people are dying, and you just mentioned folks need to be able to live?
Sure, yes, they do. And when there was, of course, a ceasefire, aid was flowing into the region. People were getting food and other aid that they needed, including medical aid, because of the ceasefire that allowed that to move forward. We, of course, stand by our ally Israel. The ceasefire was abandoned by Hamas. You know, it's not just a feeling, it's a fact of the matter that there was a ceasefire and aid was flowing. Hamas abandoned that ceasefire, decided that it was, I don't know what they would decide, but it's the kind of thing that monsters do and continue to do. So obviously the work does continue every single day in that region and other regions to stop the fighting, to make sure that civilians are protected, that the next day that they might still be alive. So because you might not see something in the news, and I know this is your business, doesn't mean, or you don't see announcements, doesn't mean that that work isn't continuing to regain that ceasefire so that aid can continue, as we also stand by Israel and the nature of what's happening for them and how as they still deal with the fighting. This is not good for anyone in that region. But yes, our work continues to get back to that ceasefire, to make sure that people can get aid and to survive this, which is the sole focus of all of our efforts for that region.